to effective evolution. And today we're going over MSL 3808, and it is a panorama developed by Mr. Neville Thompson. And this scenario is quite fascinating. After a while, you could notice some very intricate structures, for example, terracing and what appeared to be farming ventures and whatnot. And there are also other interesting ideas such as the settlements and various architectural concepts such as statues or manufacturing apparatus. Very interesting designs. And not to mention various walls, buildings, and other perimeters of architecture. So let's get right to it and enjoy this particular location that is promoted by the MSL 3808. Once again to effective evolution. And today, the area of interest is the MSL's area 3308. And this panorama was put together by Mr. Neville Thompson. And specifically, we're going over this area right here. And right away, we'll just go focus in a bit more. And at first, it seems like just an ambiguous expanse, but after your eyes get more familiar with it, you can discern some very interesting areas. For example, up here to the top left, you can see some very ordered structures with various designs incorporating lines and curves and whatnot. Right around here, these appear to be some types of structures, some wall structures, and there's a very designed area right here. It's leveled, extremely interesting. And we went over this area not too long ago, right around here, but this area in the front is somewhat new. And also, there's some very interesting designs around here. There also appears to be some shapely terrace-like structures here. This is like a type of a ramp type of surface and terraces just around here. And we're going to zoom in a bit more on that as well, if we may. Now, this would be the particular areas that we'll be zooming in on a bit more. As mentioned, you can see there's shapely geometric designs on these landforms here and over here too. These appear to be some types of walls or whatnot. And you can only imagine what would lie in between those very shapely designs and architecture. Also around here, these are very interesting as well. These could be architectural designs, buildings, very, very ordered, very creative. just a few of the areas, of course. There's many more, and we're using the dodge burn tool, of course, just to uncover what could be confiscations and whatnot, and hidden material. Here are some other areas. These appear to be somewhat bunker-like structures, and here as well. Are they types of supply sheds or areas to have a somewhat semi-permanent location established or whatnot? And or you can see some terrace-like structures here, as in types of farming which use the terrace-like structure. And these are very interesting architectural designs. Are they the architectural designs of some type of manufacturing buildings that were established at one time or whatnot? You can see also right here, there's some more levels, more linearly designs. And at the top here too, there seems to be more ramp-like design. And of course, you can go in much more detail, and you must watch out for the confiscations and obfuscations and whatnot as well. And now we'll just focus in on some particular areas, if we may. Now that's the ramp-like structure that was mentioned just a few minutes ago. And we'll zoom in a bit on this. You can see that there are some very linearly designs around here, and seems to be more detail on the inside of this level ramp-like structure. Also, there appears to be structures in here as well. This is with the aid of the exposure tool. And some more interesting design can be determined with this particular clip. We're using the exposure tool. You can see the very shapely designs here. Could they be some types of statues or pipe-like structures? Or don't want to get too pixelated, but this is very interesting just to go over and come up with some ideas. And this is that bunker-like structure. Now we'll just focus in a bit on that. We may. You can see how it's very curved, very shapely, and it's just on top of the surface. Very interesting, you must admit. And here's an example of the terracing. You can see the very shapely designs, levels interwoven. Could be some type of farming or whatnot. And this is another area that's pretty interesting as well. It appears to have some walls, buildings in the hills, quotes. And we're using the contrast brightness tool here as well. It's very encouraging to come up with some thoughts and speculation. And this is that area we introduced just a while ago. You can see the bunker-like structure over here and some wall-like structures on top here of this section. And this was covered a bit before in the previous video, especially the structures in the background here. And you can see that these are very shapely designs here and a very level surface. In particular, these particular areas here. See how ordered and creative they are, even at a more enhanced zoom. Really makes you wonder a bit more as to what exactly these areas would be. And with the aid of the exposure tool and the contrast and brightness tool, you can come up with this type of scenario. Now, if you look carefully, you can see that this could be areas of dwelling, city dwelling or residential dwelling, and or both. And there are what appears to be some structures in the hills here as well, after your eyes adjust a bit. Over here as well, very orderly, linearly designs. And really makes you wonder exactly what this area could be. There's that ramp-like structure again. And very creative ideas around here as well. And what exactly are these areas? They do look very, very creative and designed, you must admit. Over here you can see some shapely designs here as well. And this is the area that we mentioned earlier as well. And you can see how things just start to pop out a bit. Very symmetrical designs and patterns here. And please go over this panorama according to your choice activity ideas or whatnot. And there's lots to be explored and very intricate designs to be determined and enjoyed. Until next time, thank you for
This area, MSL 3308, is quite interesting. There are various designs to be noticed. For example, the architecture that would denote some, quote, bunker like creations, and their interesting landforms, walls, buildings, and designs. And this area does indicate a hint of terracing and whatnot. And hopefully, you found this very enjoyable. And until next time, all the best from Effective Evolution. Thank you for your time.